In 2020, the local scene sat down with local artist Franklin Marval to discuss how tragedy inspired his movement of hope. Franklin Marval is a local artist, graphic designer, and social activist. A native of São Tomé, Venezuela, his exuberant art is informed and inspired by both his homeland and his community here in Massachusetts. Franklin has started a movement with a message and spoke to the local scene about how the tragedy of the Boston bombing motivated him to use his art to create a message of hope.
The More Life is Okay movement. It sounds like something. So, I mean, like, everything started a few years ago. And after the Boston bombing. And a year after of that tragedy, I went with my whole family. And they closed the finish line so you can walk. And when I was walking through the street, I was like, we were feeling that, I would say, sadness. And we will revive everything. I mean, during that moment, and I was like, wow, it feels really bad. And while we were walking, we were like, okay, I mean, we knew that this is not a good thing, and we were thinking on the positive side. So, what can we do to make it better? What can we do to avoid this to happen again, right? And I was like, this is not okay, and crime is not okay, violence is not okay. And I was like, more love is okay, more hearts are okay. And everything started from there. And in that moment, I went to my studio at night, and I was like, you know what, I wanna do something for the city. And then I took one of my paintings, I paint hearts, and I was, you know what, I want to make something. I want to put it on somewhere. And then I went to Newbury Street. There is at the end of the Newbury Street, there is a wall that everybody, posts, like posters, events, and a lot of things. And I was, you know what, I'm going to put a heart that it was framed on a gold frame, and to make it, like, to preserve it. I mean, when you love something and you care for somebody or for something, you preserve it, you take care of it. And I went and I put one of my gold frames. I took a photograph of the gold frame and then a painting. I put it together, and I created a sticker, and I put it on one of the doors there, and I stayed there for 2 years without saying anything. I mean, it was there. It was my signature, but it was there. And the city, every few months, they go and clean the whole wall, but the heart was there. They repaint everything around, but the heart was there. I was like, wow. That's the way you see that it gives you a feedback right away. That more hearts, more love, more kindness, more positive things are good. And there is a heart. It's not just a heart. It's a heart. It goes around twice to make sure that everybody's incorporated. It's that simple. It represents community. That's why you see those two circles around. But basically it goes like this. It goes around 1, 2, and then close. And by doing that, we are incorporating everybody. It's a heart that is inclusive. Right now, I'm working with one of the middle school in Weymouth, and we are creating a painting, and it's being painted by a total of, I would say, 150 students. So every student stops at the painting for maybe 5 or 7 minutes, and they paint something. And so far, we are in the 50% of the process. Tomorrow, we're going to finish it. So, and then you see there is not just our students; it's everybody painting. All the students. Doesn't matter if you like painting or not. You are doing something. You are giving something, and you are being part of this. And the school is going to preserve the painting. And I mean, I give you a lot. So even for the students, they're gonna feel that they belong there.
Franklin's commitment to using art to build community and raise social consciousness travels across continents, from collaborative projects in Massachusetts to his native Venezuela, a country which has endured great suffering.
What was first is the question. Me being an artist or being socially conscious? I will say that I was an artist and that I was exposed to a lot of situations and cities and people. I mean, San Tomé, Valle de la Pascua, Caracas, Puerto La Cruz, and then we moved to the United States, and we went to Miami for 7 years, and then we came here to Massachusetts. And sad, but because we are away from Venezuela and everything related with going out of your place. But like I say, I have to look for the positive. And being still connected with Venezuela, and the bad situation in Venezuela is bad because of the government. And I'm an activist. I have to speak. If you want me to tell you exactly what is happening in Venezuela, I'm gonna say it. At first, I was afraid to mention something, but we have to speak up. We have to speak up, and that's why I have this heart that is say Venezuela libre, freedom for Venezuela. And like I say, by thinking positively, Venezuela is in a bad situation, but I went to Venezuela a year and a half, something like that, 2 years ago, and I saw it, and I was, okay, what are the things that I can do to make this better? I know it's bad, so I need to do something. And then I was talking with my sister, and I was like, my sister worked with kids in Venezuela. I was like, let's bring our classes to kids in Venezuela. Kids that doesn't have any type of resources. And I have one of the posters that I use. I went to Venezuela and I created a workshop for them for 3 days. It was amazing. So as soon as we finished the workshop, we were like, okay, how can we make this to continue? And it was hard to get the money to do that. But we did it. We brought classes for 7 months. Our classes for 50 kids. Unbelievable. They were going to bed on Friday night, dreaming about Saturday morning and Saturday afternoon for the classes. They were like amazing. So I'm working on it to bring it this year too.
At the root of Franklin's artistic expression is always the heart, his own, the one he puts on canvas, or the heartfelt spirit animating his subject.
When I see an instrument that is a heart, I see a heart in there. And the heart is the people playing the instrument and the people that made the instrument. The heart has it's gonna be hard to pronounce this, ventricles. And I have a sketch of a heart where I play with the 4 parts. I use the fingers because the cuatro, it means that we have 4 strings. We as an artist, we try things. And because I've been experimenting the music in my head now, I was like motivated to try something, trying to paint life while somebody's playing. There is something around that is beautiful, and only you can find that when you perform live. And I like it. If there is anybody out there that wants to paint live, just reach out, and if there is a stage, we'll do it.
Franklin says the goal of More Love is Okay is for people to read a simple, positive message with the hope of creating a more loving future. To contact Franklin or learn more about where to see his work, visit franklinmarval.com. Thank you for watching. We are grateful for your attention. If you like what you saw, please like and subscribe to The Local Scene here and share everywhere. Thank you, friends.